house fire in Sumter over the weekend has left one Sumter man dead from his injuries.
The fire happened last night, and the Sumter coroner says Edward Brunson passed away in that blaze.
News 19's Cassidy Byer got a chance to sit down with Brunson's great niece to talk about the memories he leaves behind.
Here in Sumter on the 100th block of Newberry Avenue, the home behind me caught fire Sunday evening. The fire took approximately 45 minutes to get under control, with 18 firefighters attempting to put it out. In the home was a male in his 80s, Edward Brunson, who unfortunately passed away.
He always had this beautiful glow on his face, so it always a smile on his face.
Tiffany Brown remembers her great uncle as a strong-souled man.
He always tell me that every time he will always see me. He said, "Niece, you just so strong." And I always thought like I wasn't the strongest one, because I always tell him that he's the strongest one. But
86-year-old Edward Brunson was in his home Sunday night when the house caught fire.
if I could have turned that back from last night, I feel like I probably would have been his hero last night to come and save him.
Brunson, known to family and friends as Uncle Ned, lived a life full of fishing, going to church, and being there for family, no matter what it took.
Yeah, he was our hero, so.
Tiffany says her uncle wouldn't have wanted to leave what had been his home for nearly a half-century.
When older people get older, they have their little stubborn ways, but it's nothing like their own home. They feel like, okay, this is my home, I'm going to make it my home, and that's what he did. So it was like, he was like, I'm ready to go back home. So
with Tiffany now grieving the loss of her uncle only 2 months following her mother's passing, she holds on to what he saw in her.
Once, someone tell you something about yourself, it's always something that you always have in your mind to go back to think of them, in a good, special way, because he really thought of that of me, and he always kept that in his heart, that he always tell me that all the time. He say, "Niece, you so strong."
Tiffany says she'll remember the advice he gave her when her mother passed, and know he will always be there in spirit.
He was like, "Niece, it's going to be okay." He was like, "Just never forget, like, I'ma always be here."
At the time of the fire, Brunson was the only individual in the home. Reporting from Sumter, Cassidy Byer, News 19 WLTX.
All right, thank you so much, Cassidy. News 19 did speak to the coroner in Sumter County, and we're told that the autopsy of Mr. Brunson is going to be completed on Wednesday. Now, as far as how the fire began at his house, that is still under investigation.